Hello once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. And in our Shelf Talk episode that I'm about to do for you, I was thinking, I would really love to show you some of my display pieces. Okay, when I mean by display, I mean display cases. I've done a few episodes in the past where I've showed you some display cases, and I've said, things that I've been able to purchase through businesses that have gone under, that are selling all their fixtures, and I was able to pick up a few of these items and use them to display some of my Star Wars collection. Okay, and I wanted to show you something right now, but rather than do a shelf talk, I want to talk a little bit about the piece itself, the display case itself, and some problems there are with it. Okay, so you can see here we have a really nice sized display case. It's a glass case all the way around. Okay, the back has the sliding doors that come out. It's got two glass shelves underneath. Okay, I'm not doing a little close up yet of what's in it, simply because I was looking at it and I thought, this is nice, but I wish I could see it better. Okay, I just can't see a lot of stuff. Now utilizing the top of it to store other things is probably not the best move, but still I felt there's a way that I can do something a little bit better here. So then I thought about maybe if I can get some lighting. I mean, this does have, you can sort of see right on the top, there's a bar that goes across underneath that's like kind of lowered. That's actually a lamp, like a fluorescent bulb. But when they sold me the case, they actually, I guess the wiring was hardwired, so they basically just cut it all out. So I thought, well, I can either do that, I can either replace the hard wiring, or I can maybe add some type of lighting effect myself. So I think that's what I want to do. And I think in lieu of a shelf talk this week, maybe we'll do a little DIY on this display. Okay, so you can see here that I have a package. And inside the package is essentially what is a set of strip lights. Okay, and strip lights are essentially long LED lights that, and with some power cords and everything, long LED lights that can glow different colors and that you can actually set up as with a remote. And I even think there's an app you can like wirelessly set up for some of them, although I don't think this brand is like that. So essentially what I'm going to do is going to take these things out. Okay, and you can see here that there is a, it's kind of like almost set up like a tape dispenser, right? So you can pick out the amount that you want. You can snip off the kind you don't want, and then reattach your power cord, and then plug it in to the the power unit. Okay, and it looks like I've gotten two sets here. All right, I don't know if I'm going to need two sets, but I figured I do have another display case similar to the one I just showed you. So maybe I'll put this one and I'll try on one and then I'll try the other. So I just thought today what I was going to do is just kind of figure out how this works and then go from there. Okay, so, and these are, by the way, I picked this up on Amazon and I think I paid $6 for it. It was not very expensive. There are a lot of other options that you can use, and again, you can find plenty of fantastic sites that kind of give you great really high-end display ideas, and I have nothing against any of those. I think they're fantastic, but I've got limitations with budget as well as with space and how much I can actually accomplish. So, and what I like about these is that it gives you options for a lot of different colors. These are really more like meant to be ambiance, like they're like mood lighting, that kind of thing. That's why you have all these different colors, and you can, switch up, do a lot of different choices in the way of how to go about doing it. It even comes with a battery, so that's kind of cool. All right, so I'm gonna kind of work this out, and we are gonna see what we can see. Now, of course, the operation instructions are super tiny. I am not in any way an electrician. I have got a an R2-D2 life-size R2-D2 sitting in my garage, which I've never shown yet. Maybe we'll do that someday, but I've never shown it. Okay, mainly because I see what this is. Okay. Mainly because I felt that I wanted to wait until I got it fully up and running, and that it's been about 10 years since I've done that. So you can imagine, and the only reason I haven't moved forward with it is simply because my electronic knowledge is, well, let's just say it is questionable at best. All right, so it looks like RGB control box, remote control, input voltage, okay, output current. Cool. All right, and then you've got this, which looks like it has a, let's see if this, usually that tab means it does have a battery in it. Come on. Yep, got a battery. Good. Awesome. All right, so that's ready. That's ready. Okay, plugged it in. And there we go. We've got nice color. If you want to make it a little different, you got all the different kind of colors you can do. I have to get it closer to the remote here. Okay, lots of different choices. Okay, and then I think you can program this jumping, which I don't think I'd want to do this. This seems more like I'm going to a rave or something. And they're nice, but I'd rather not. I just want to keep it something like that. Okay, but I got a few other choices if I want to go a little darker. Okay, and the thing is that you can use as much of this as you need, right? And then if you only need, say, let's say I only need this much, okay, you can actually cut it at a certain point and then just reattach on this end to kind of seal it up. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to measure out what we need, and then we will see what we can do. Maybe we'll start with one set just in the top. Maybe I'll try several things. And there's a nice little piece of tape on the inside here, so I can just tape it right to it. So here we are, and I am honestly could not have been more thrilled with how much better this is. I did do a few mobilizations, moved a few things around so it was a little bit easier to see the top shelf, but you can see the lighting is just fantastic. Now I don't know, I have to get kind of weird angle here. Yeah, I can change the feel a bit if I want to go for something warmer or something kind of more akin to regular light, or if I want to do like a weird party thing, which is kind of dizzying when you're trying to see what's in the display. But so for this shelf talk, we have the Ewok Village, and if you watched in high speed, you might have watched the Ewok Village kind of fall apart and fall. I'm happy to say that there was no damage to the toy other that wasn't already damaged. There were a few dinks and breaks from years of play when I was a child, but other than that, it's in about the same shape as it was. And I'm glad I got it to an easier to grab location, because I'd like to bring it out for when we do our Ewok opening in a few episodes. We have 3 different types of cloud car. We got the TIE Silencer, I believe, along with the Jedi Starfighter. And this is that Palatoy Death Star cardboard piece, which I've just kind of put random figures in. But let's talk turkey. Let's talk about what we got down here. Now, these things up top are the Sigma ceramics collection. In the 80s, like right when Return of the Jedi came out, there were a whole series of Sigma collection items. Okay, there were the mugs. You can see that there's Lando in his disguise. This is all Return of the Jedi base. Gamorrean Guard, 3PO. Then there's a few. I think that's Luke. Looks like Han to me, but I think it might be Luke. We also have some salt and pepper shakers. These are very expensive, hard to find. Yoda salt and pepper shakers. Interesting. Behind them, you can see, if you recall my Hamilton plate collection video last week, you'll see that there is actually, they did mugs with the plate art on them. There's an art Yoda pencil cup. And then over here, we have a whole series of these little ceramic figurines. There's Leia, Luke, R2, and 3PO. It's hard to see from behind them, but you got the Emperor back there. Here he is, peeking in. Vader, Bib Fortuna. Lots of cool ones, okay? Moving down to the next shelf, we got some music boxes. This is a 3PO in the turret music box that plays as the Star Wars theme. My personal favorite, Max Rebo and the Rebo Band. It spins and Max Rebo himself turns around and it plays the Baroque theme that you first hear when you go into Jabba's palace. And then there's 2 Ewoks there, more akin to the Ewok TV show, playing, I think, Yub Dub. The only problem with music boxes, folks, is that over time, the music boxes don't play anymore. They run out, they need to be greased up or oiled. So at some point I might do that, so we'll see. We got this 3PO, this weird looking sexy 3PO thing. It's kind of weird. It's actually like a dish to put stuff, like you just lay keys or something on there. There's some more Hamilton plate collection mugs. This is actually a vehicle from the Droids series. Kind of like a mini rig, but a little bit bigger. And one of these things is not like the other. We got my Anakin Skywalker soap dish. Okay, and then we have, of course, that can go over here with if you look in the back there's Obi-Wan and 3PO riding in a soap dish land speeder. Pretty cool stuff. There's the collector's display. A friend of my brother's sold that to me. And if you turn the little knobs on the bottom, they kind of spin back and forth. These, as you can see, are, you're supposed to hold the original 12. I got the Stormtrooper, the Death Star Commander, Vader, Sandperson, Han, small head Han, and Leia without the cape. And then the rest are just other figures that I put in. We've got a nice R2 frame back there. This macro binoculars thing is when they were releasing slides, little slides that go with the figures. You could actually put them in there and look at the images. And there's another collector stand. It actually is can grow. You can make it all sorts of different shapes. Right now I just kind of stacked them in so that they were a rectangle and they had these cute little backdrops. And again, just some random, but all vintage figures. And then down here we got Chewbacca. I think it's a bank. You got a Yoda vase, more Sigma stuff. You've got this really cool cookie jar, Vader. The Tauntaun teapot. And the most weirdest item in my collection, the C-3PO tape dispenser, where the tape is, well, yeah. So, there you go. There's another Chewbacca mug back there. There's a lot of Yoda stuff. Yoda bank, another Yoda little jar. This one's cool. It's a snow speeder toothbrush holder. And you got a Jabba bank in the back there. And here we have the Land of the Jawas. Another Vader frame. The Empire Strikes Back Star Destroyer playset. And Slave 1 vintage. And then you have the R2-D2 collector's case that came out in the 90s. But the main feature of this was the display lighting. Again, you can find that lighting on eBay for anywhere between $6 and $15. And I didn't have to cut it. I just literally wrapped it around the whole thing. I started over here, came around, all the way around the top, that way, down, around, and I ended up in that back corner. So, I have it plugged in back here. I had to run a wire over to this part, but worth it. Very excited to. I have another set that I'm looking to maybe do. Maybe this display kit, or through my boiler there, you can see the other one. I think I might do that one instead. All right, so perhaps I'll even film that one just so you can see it, or at the very least, I'll do another shelf talk with it all complete. All right, so that'll do it for this week's episode of Darth Tuba Stars Unboxing Show. Thank you to all our new subscribers. We are past the 4,000 mark, so excited. We are moving forward, guys. I'm really excited about that. I hope to get some more subscribers just based on everybody's isolation right now. And please stay inside, stay safe, help others stay safe, and we will see you at the next one. I'm probably going to get another live episode in this week, and we'll see you then. Until next time, may the force be with you.